Hello peoples, welcome to Legion class guide for patch 7.0 at level 100. Today I'm covering the Rogue class. Before I begin, I will start by saying that you should keep in mind that the class changes were made to suit a character who has obtained their artifact weapon and has reached Legion's max level of 110. So while this may not be the most accurate guide to follow at endgame, it can be a very good place to start. I'll only be going over each spec's basic abilities and how they work together. You can use this as a template upon which to build your talents. If there's enough interest, I can start including my own personal talent choice in these videos, or do a separate set of videos based solely on talents. First up is Outlaw Rogue. Rogues expend energy as an ability resource which regenerates over time. They also generate combo points with these abilities and spend combo points on finishing moves. Outlaw Rogues generate combo points with Saber Slash and Pistol Shot. Saber Slash is your primary combo point generator. It has the chance to strike twice, generating an additional combo point and allowing your next Pistol Shot to be used at no cost. Pistol Shot is a ranged attack that slows a target and generates one combo point. You'll be generating combo points mainly with Saber Slash, using Pistol Shot only when Saber Slash strikes twice. If you generate the maximum number of combo points with a Saber Slash that hits twice, make sure to spend the combo points first before responding to the free use of Pistol Shot. You can use Pistol Shot after spending those combo points instead to quickly build them up again. Combo points can be spent on Roll the Bones and Run Through. Roll the Bones grants a random number of 6 possible buffs. It lasts longer for each combo point spent. Using Roll the Bones will clear any currently active buffs granted and replace them with new ones. Most of the time, Roll the Bones will grant 1 to 3 different buffs. It's possible to grant all 6, but that is very rare. The buffs that Roll the Bones can give are as follows. Jolly Roger gives Saber Slash a 40% increased chance to strike an additional time, allowing faster combo point generation and more free uses of Pistol Shot. Shark-infested waters increases your critical strike chance by 40%, providing a simple overall increase in damage. Buried Treasure increases your energy regeneration rate by 40%, allowing you to use abilities more frequently. Broadsides enables your attacks to generate 1 additional combo point. When Saber Slash strikes an additional time, it would grant 4 combo points thanks to this buff. True Bearing causes finishing moves to reduce the cooldown on abilities by 2 seconds per combo point. When testing this, I've found that this affects Adrenaline Rush, Blind, Vanish, Cloak of Shadows, Sprint, Between the Eyes, Riposte, and the talents Grappling Hook and Death from Above. It may include other abilities and talents as well. It did not affect the cooldown of Kick. Grand Melee increases your attack speed by 40% and Leech by 20%. While Leech doesn't help with increasing your overall damage, the attack speed portion of the buff works well with Outlaw Rogue's Mastery. Main Gauche gives main hand attacks to trigger an offhand attack. Increased attack speed would cause this to happen more often. Refreshing Roll the Bones to get a preferred set of buffs is not recommended. It's unpredictable and those combo points are better spent on Run Through. This is the other finishing move that spends combo points. It deals a large amount of damage, increasing with more combo points spent. For area of effect damage, use Blade Flurry. It enables your attacks to passively strike all nearby enemies for 35% normal damage, but your energy regeneration rate is reduced. This ability can be toggled on and off. Make sure to turn it off once the number of targets is reduced to 1. That's it for Outlaw, now for Assassination. Assassination rogues use poisons and bleeds to deal damage. Poisons are applied to weapons and give them a 50% chance to apply their effects to an enemy. Poisons can be either lethal or non-lethal, and you can have only 1 lethal and 1 non-lethal poison active at a time. There are 3 possible poisons to choose from by default. Crippling Poison is a non-lethal poison that has a chance to slow an enemy for 12 seconds. Wound Poison is a lethal poison that has a chance to inflict instant nature damage and reduce the amount of healing the target receives for 12 seconds. Deadly Poison is a lethal poison that has a chance to poison the enemy over time for 12 seconds. Applying the poison to an enemy once again will refresh the duration and also deal instant nature damage. To build combo points, use Garrote and Mutilate. Garrote deals bleed damage over time to an enemy and generates 1 combo point. Mutilate can be used to generate combo points while Garrote deals damage over time. It strikes with both weapons and generates 2 combo points. You'll first want to spend combo points on Rupture. This causes the target to bleed over time, lasting longer per combo point spent. It's important to keep Garrote and Rupture applied to your target to increase energy regeneration. The passive ability, Venomous Wounds, grants 10 energy each time abilities deal bleed damage to a poisoned enemy. To spend combo points when Rupture does not need to be refreshed, use Envenom. It deals instant nature damage and increases the chance for your poisons to be applied to a target by 30% for a short time. It deals more damage and lasts longer when more combo points are spent. For area of effect damage, use Fan of Knives. This deals damage to enemies within 10 yards, grants 1 combo point, and applies your poisons at their normal rate. At their normal rate refers to the 30% increase from Envenom. Even with Envenom active, Fan of Knives still has a 50% chance to apply your poisons to each target. While dealing area of effect damage, if you're dealing with several low health targets, spend combo points on Envenom. Otherwise, focus on a primary target by applying and refreshing Rupture and damaging it with Envenom. That's it for Assassination. Now for Subtlety. Subtlety rogues use Shadow Dance to deal damage with abilities that are used from stealth. Shadow Dance has 3 charges and allows the use of abilities that require stealth for 3 seconds. I'll explain how this comes into play shortly. When Shadow Dance is not active, Subtlety rogues generate combo points with Backstab. The damage is increased when you are behind your target. Be sure to position yourself properly to always benefit from this effect. The area considered as behind your target is anything beyond a 90-degree cone in front of the target, or 45 degrees to either side of directly in front of the target. This helps when facing an enemy that's impossible to get behind. To spend combo points, use Nightblade and Eviscerate. Nightblade deals damage over time and lasts longer per combo point spent. Refresh this on your target as needed. Eviscerate deals damage increased by the number of combo points spent. Adding to this, you will use Shadow Dance, Symbols of Death, and Shadow Strike. Symbols of Death and Shadow Strike can only be used while stealth or during Shadow Dance. To deal damage effectively, you will be using Shadow Dance with these abilities as much as possible. Shadow Dance has a 60-second recharge time, but it is reduced by 3 seconds per combo point each time you use a finishing move thanks to the passive ability, Deepening Shadows. Symbols of Death increases your damage done by 20% for 35 seconds and causes your next Shadow Strike to critically hit. It is also unaffected by the global cooldown. This allows you to use Shadow Strike immediately after Symbols of Death. Shadow Strike deals much higher damage than Backstab and also generates 1 combo point. To use these abilities together effectively will take practice because of the 3-second window. After using Shadow Dance, use Symbols of Death to increase your damage done, if it is not already up, or if it needs to be refreshed. Then use Shadow Strike as much as you can before Shadow Dance ends. Shadow Strike can be used 2 to 3 times this way. Even if Symbols of Death doesn't need to be refreshed, it will still cause your next Shadow Strike to critically hit, but it does cost energy. If you prefer to use it this way, before using Shadow Dance, be sure you have enough energy to spend on Symbols of Death and at least 1 Shadow Strike. For area of effect damage, use Shuriken Storm to damage enemies within 10 yards and gain 1 combo point per enemy hit. This also deals 200% increased damage from stealth or during Shadow Dance. Without stealth or Shadow Dance, you can alternate between Shuriken Storm and a finishing move. To use this effectively with Shadow Dance, first use Shadow Dance, be sure Symbols of Death is active, use Shuriken Storm, spend your combo points, then use Shuriken Storm again. At this time, Shadow Dance will have ended. This pattern can be repeated often as it quickly reduces the recharge time of Shadow Dance. Which ability you spend your combo points on will depend on the kind of enemies you're facing. If focusing a large target, apply or refresh Nightblade. If you're clearing a small group of enemies, use Eviscerate. Using Shadow Dance takes a bit of getting used to, but it can be very effective at maximizing your damage. And this concludes the class guide for rogues in patch 7.0 at level 100. All of this may change slightly or a lot depending on your talent choice. Whichever you decide, this will be the model that you build your character upon. If you'd like to know more, have any questions, or want to request a specific class for me to go over next, you can check out the video description for more info, or feel free to ask in the comments. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more class guide videos or whatever else I do, feel free to subscribe. Until next time, be swell, stay well, farewell.